Hi, good morning. What a start it is to trade today, and in fact to the June series. The headline is that the Nifty 50 has hit a new record high in trade today. It opened at a record high, and what's more, it's holding very close to that level. The new high, by the way, is 15,455, and it's not too far away from that mark as we speak right now. Let's look at some of the factors that people are thinking of. Some people are looking at this number and saying, how is that even possible? We're still in the middle of a pandemic. And while that is true, seemingly the market seems to be pricing in the fact that we seem to have peaked in terms of the daily case count, and we seem to be getting better. And therefore the focus now is shifting to reopening and how quickly we can get the economy back on track. So therefore, if you look at some of the factors that have led to this rally, some of the constituents that have pushed the Nifty higher, you will notice that there are a number of commodity plays that have actually contributed to the gains this time around. You have a lot of metal names that have really set the tone in terms of the gain, and you have quite a few corporate banks that are also doing quite well for themselves. But over 100 points at this point for the Nifty 50 in the first hour or so of trade this Friday. Let's look at some of the contributors, because it's the breadth is very supportive as we speak. The top gainer is Tata Steel, and JSW Steel is not too far behind, but Eicher Motors among the top three, gaining on the back of quite a solid set of numbers that was posted for the fourth quarter. What are the other names? I'm reading down the list. ONGC doing well, gaining as much as 2.4%, and crude oil is something that is in focus on account of the positive jobs data that came out in the US. Crude is trading above $69 to the barrel. I'm talking about Brent, and that seems to be supportive. The other factor in trade today, and this is actually quite a significant statement, is that Reliance Industries is participating in this rally after quite a bit of a gap. So you have Reliance Industries at this juncture, as I look at my screen, up as much as 2%, and that is contributing to quite a bit of the strength on the Nifty 50. You have the likes of BPCL, IOC that are also doing quite well for themselves. Tata Motors up and about. Bajaj Finance up over 1%. It was down in trade yesterday. And then you have a host of the banks that are doing reasonably well for themselves. Axis Bank, ICICI Bank, Kotak, all gaining around 0.7% or thereabouts. Among the losers, and there are just a few of them today, just about 10 of them as I look at my screen right now. Predictably, Sun Pharma is not doing too well. It's the biggest loser on the Nifty 50, down about 2.5% on the back of a disappointing set of numbers that it posted in the fourth quarter. But let's look a little bit closer at some of the constituents, or rather some of the sectoral performers here. The metal index is clearly the bright spot, up as much as 2.3%, and all but one of the constituents of the Nifty metal index are in the green. In fact, the only sectoral index that is in the red right now is the pharma index, which is not participating in this run that we're seeing today, down about 0.9%. The Nifty Bank is looking reasonably strong, gaining about 0.75%. FMCG is looking okay, 0.4%. Nifty IT is a bit flat today, but that's to be expected. Media is up as much as 1.4%. Quite a few of the commentators on ET now are actually quite positive on the media space. Realty is also up and about as much as 0.5%. How's the broader market looking? Well, in today's session, unlike what you've seen in the past several sessions, in fact, you see that the broader market indices are actually lagging the benchmark. So maybe that's something to watch for. Currently, the mid cap index gaining about 0.5%, small cap index up as much as 0.3%. But broadly, if you look at the overall market breadth, it's extremely supportive of the advances, and chances are, at least by the tone that is being set right now in the first hour or so of trade, it's looking quite good for the equity markets, and we are likely to end the week on a high. In fact, on the back of as many as 6 trading sessions in the green, or rather today will be the 6th trading session in the green. Just want to point out, by the way, that in yesterday's session there was selling by foreign institutional investors, and that's something to bear in mind. This is after a gap of as many as 5 sessions of net buying. So maybe it could be a reversal of the trend that we've seen so far. For the month as a whole, though, they have still been net sellers.